blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time. What's up, everybody? Forgive me. Once again, it's Inplosion, where we like to talk about the power within to help you rise above. Hey, I'm known as Zavit. For those who don't know, you can call me Troy. And listen, I have another awesome show again, where I get to talk to someone who I consider a friend. All of his brothers that formed the group N.E.M.G. They're all friends, in my opinion. They're all amazing brothers. And I got one of the members of them. His name is Streater, and let's go ahead and bring him in, and we're gonna have a little chat. What's going on, man?
Let me unmute myself. What's good, people? What's good with you, brother?
Man, hey, nothing much, man. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit, man.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate the invite.
For sure. And you know, I am truly a fan of you guys like day one. And it's not because I knew y'all, because I did not know y'all. I knew Greg, but I didn't know y'all.
Right.
I instantly just fell in love with your music, the whole vibe and everything. So, man, big ups to you guys. And I'm hoping for a whole bunch of success. And I want to see it all for y'all. Straight up.
God be the glory, man. We're hoping for the same. Definitely hoping for the same.
No doubt. So, I know for the fact that you wear two hats. You know, rapper and producer. Which came first for you, and how did those two creative sides, you know, feed each other?
Technically, singing came first.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not really a singer. I can hold a note, but in high school, all of my friends were singers, and so they created a singing group. And to be involved, like one of my best friends, rather, Jeremy. He talked the guys until allowed me to be a part of the group.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not a lead singer or anything like that, but I can hold a background note. So I did that for probably about a year and a half with them. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted to say I started to realize that like that ain't technically my lane. And I started to dabble in freestyling with friends, and I'm like, I like this. This is fun. Mm-hmm. And the more and more I kept doing that, I started picking up like rapping is a lot more easier for me. So I transitioned to trying to figure out rap in that time of late high school. At the same time too, my same friend who got me in the singing group, he had a keyboard and he used to make beats on his keyboard. And I went to his house one day and he showed me how to record. You had on this little Yamaha keyboard or whatnot from Radio Shack, you had 5 slots for instruments. And so he showed me how to do that. And then I started doing that, and I'm like, oh, like this is it. I love this part. So I would say that singing came first, rapping kind of showed its face, but then I really took it serious when I figured out how to make beats on that keyboard. So it would be production. Like production was the first thing that I mastered, got in front of people, and people was like, oh, you nice. So I would say engineering production.
What kind of feel goods do you get to hear people vibe off of music you produce?
It's definitely encouraging. It's also motivating too. To have an idea. Yes, too. Like if someone's not a producer, 9 times out of 10, you're humming something, beatboxing something, or you hear something and be like, I can loop that, right? And so to have something as small as that be in your brain for a couple hours to maybe even a year before you actually, try to bring it to conception or whatnot, or bring it to life, to do so, and then people actually vibe with it or feel good from it. It has a plethora of feelings. I definitely am encouraged by it though. Because I'm always looking at it from the perspective of like, this is my idea or what was in my brain, and to to play it for someone and they actually, one, I love it when they can see it the way I see it, but I ultimately get gratification when people are able to like it, but like it from a different point of view or different perspective. And so to hear people's thought processes and things like that that may not be how I see it is always great too. I've made beats, plenty of beats. Matter of fact, the I From track that Greg did, I made that for a friend of mine's podcast. And I considered it was like I made him 3 beats, and that was one of the last beats that I did. And so I considered it like, oh, this is like a throwaway. Like I found a sample, chopped the sample up, put an effect on it to make it to give 2 parts to the beat. I just did it real quick. I wasn't thinking about anything. And then I told Greg, I was like, hey man, I got a beat that God didn't choose for a podcast. I'm like, it's kind of a throwaway, so you can have it if you want to do a song to it. And he plays it and calls me like, what do you mean it's a throwaway? Like he's fussing at me. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm like, okay. He proceeds to make I'm From, and it's like once someone else hears it, I think it's more with the artist, to be honest. Like once you make something for yourself, and usually I'm thinking from a rapper's point of view or singer's point of view, like I would do X, Y, and Z to this song. And then when I give it to somebody else and they come back and I'm like, I didn't even think about it that way, or they have a higher different feeling than I had. And it's like, man, that's cool. That's cool. Somebody else can take something to make it even more than what you got or what you thought it would be.
You know the story. I don't know if you know this, but like DMX did not like the song Party Up. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. He did not like that song at all.
Wow.
And we're like, are you kidding?
Exactly.
That's the fire song.
Right.
So
party song. The
word. So the saying of one man's trash is another man's treasure is so true, bro. It's so true. Do you remember the music when you knew music and specifically gospel rap was your calling?
2-part question, right? So I rephrase the first portion.
Sure. Remember the moment when you knew music, like when you got into music.
Okay. Got you.
Especially the gospel rap. You know, was that your calling in your opinion?
So I'm gonna have to separate the two because gospel rap came way on the end of things.
Usually right? It does. Gotcha.
So to get back to getting into music, I play the drums, and I want to say I was probably like 4 or 5 at my cousin's house. My cousin, his mom and dad had a singing group. They had a gospel group. And so in their den, they had drum set, keyboard, bass, guitar, you name it. Everything was always set up. And so we went down there, and all the kids was doing other stuff while we were there. And like everybody just kept running through the room. And every time we came in there, I'm looking at like, I want to play that drum set. And so, I went over, sat on the drums, and I'm tinkering, but it's making sense. And so that was my introduction into music. Like getting on the drums, self-teaching myself how to play was my love, right? And I would say like that grew even more. Like I remember, I guess, so that's drumming is one thing. It took me through high school, took me through college, playing in gospel choirs, playing for bands, behind singers. Like that's like the foundation of everything. But the carryover into like actually making music song wise and beat wise, I would say I remember back when I was probably like 9, 10 going to football practice. Mom's taking me to Little League, and I'm in the back seat and she's got on like the oldie station. And so we're hearing Luther, we're hearing Frank Bev, Anita Baker, Gap Band, like you're hearing all the music that they love, and I'm just like, yo, this sounds so good. Like all of that music used to make me feel really, really good. And like I would hear rap music and stuff like that from my cousins, but I wasn't really following along with it. I was more old school because that's what mom played all the time. And so those were the moments where I would say I finding drums at an early age, and then just remembering all the times of just listening to music and while riding with mom, or like gospel music and stuff that my grandpa would play when we go help him cut the grass. Like I would find a passion in just picking apart, like, oh, what is the drummer doing? Why did they sing it that way? Why, I can't believe, they switched to these chords, and trying to figure all that stuff out. Then all of that stuff used to fascinate me then. So that's that. Now moving forward, we go through life. all the crazy stuff, get saved. So on the back end of getting saved, and or rededicating my life back to God. So I wanted to give up on rapping. So, you know, I rap with friends in high school and college. Of course, we secular music. We did what we wanted to, talked how we wanted to, right? And once I rededicated my life back to God back in 2012, I was probably like 2 steps from quitting music, mainly because I figured that there was a way for me to do it, but I just didn't know. And of course, you had like Lecrae and people that was out then, but a lot of the gospel rap music that I heard when I got into the church real heavy again, like I didn't like it. It didn't really speak to my soul, right?
I'm with you.
I felt like it was really forced. I felt like people were trying to create stuff that was far away from what was popping, right? So everything that I used to like was more appealing. So I'm like, I don't even want to be that person. I don't want myself to be seen like I'm seeing them. And there's no offense to people that was doing it, but I didn't want that. So with the help of a friend, and you know, I always say this in my testimony, I had a good friend that I met through another friend. His name is Eddie, and you know, went to his house one day, and when I went over to his crib, the friend that introduced us told him that I made beats. So I brought beats along with me. I played a beat for Eddie, and he started freestyling, and I didn't know that he was a believer. So he starts freestyling, and he's just picking apart stuff in the room like Jamar would do. And this is before I met Jamar also. And so this is the first time I've ever seen somebody freestyle to that caliber, but then also throwing scripture in and nuggets from the Bible and things from his life and his stuff. And it's just like, oh, you talking about God? And you was wilding out right now. And it was like, when he got done, I said, you a believer? He was like, yeah. I was like, man, like, I didn't know. He was like, you know, don't necessarily lead with that, but like people gonna know. And I was like, I dig it. And he was like, bruh, he said, you got a gift. He was like, I can hear from the beat that you played that you got something. He was like, don't let that go off your feelings or what you feel like somebody may perceive you as where you are now. He was like, you know, God has brought you back to the fold for a reason. And he was like, just go make a song for him. Like, don't overthink it. Just go write a song to God. However you need to make the conversation, just make it a conversation to him. And I said, cool, I'll do that. And so I went home, and my first gospel track was Jesus Loves Me. And I did it to a Static Selector beat. Matter of fact, no. I did Jesus Loves Me to a beat that I made. And then the second beat I did was a second song I did at the time was to a Static Selector. But I did that song, and I approached it how I approached it with my friends back in the day. You know, and from there I was like, oh, I like this. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I would like. This is what I'm going through. So that was that. And I guess to tie in more of the question too, did I feel like it was my calling? I had to accept that this is what I was doing before I realized it was a calling. I didn't always see it as such at the time. It was more like I had a high zeal because I was, you know, as soon as you get saved and or rededicate yourself back to God, your zeal level is just extreme. You know, you want to do everything that you can. And of course, over time, life will kind of beat that up, and you gotta, you know, stay prayed up, stay in your word to keep your zeal levels high. But at that time, I was like, God, whatever you want to do, I'm down for it. Let's go. And so when that door opened back up, I was able to kind of see my whole life in a sense, to be like, wow, there was a reason why I was so in tune to music. There was a reason why drums was my thing. There was a reason why drums kept me in church when I got to college and wasn't necessarily living the life for you, God. Like, drums is what kept me close to you. Like, I realized that, and it humbled me to a point of, it's like, I'll never use this as a way just to get money from people or overexert the gift. Like, I'm going to treat it as a gift as such, because I realized, like, where would I be if I didn't play the drums? Like, I would be in college, but I wouldn't be going anywhere on Sundays. Like, that one thing kept me close enough to the word that it was able to prick my heart at one point in time. So ultimately, I dig and understand it. It's a calling now, but when I got into it, it was really more to have something to listen to that I wanted to listen to.
I understand that. That is
Yeah.
dope. Thanks for sharing that.
Sorry for the long way to answer, man. I gotta.
Oh, it's all good. Here's another two-parter.
All right.
How do you see the landscape of Christian hip hop changing? Do you see it gaining more respect and visibility now?
I feel as though it has changed more with the times. That's a good and a bad thing.
Yes.
The good portion of it is that because a lot more younger, I would say, artists are taking their walk serious, and I can only perceive this is what they're doing, because when it comes to your relationship with God, that's your relationship.
Correct.
I can look at it and see what you're showing me, but ultimately God knows what's in your heart. So let me preface it with that. A lot more of the younger generation are taking their walk with God, and they're taking it more serious. It's showing that, and they're taking Christian hip hop, and the sound of it definitely resonates across a lot of genres. I mean, you get the R&B blends, you get all the different artists that you would have popularized secular. You can find it Christian wise now, which I feel is a plus. I feel is a plus. Like, you always want to have diversity. You don't want everything to sound the same, but at the same time, I feel as though you have to be careful of that, not to try to model yourself after what you feel is popular in the world. So like Drake was the thing. You don't want to make all of your music to sound like Drake, so people just be like, oh, you're the Christian Drake. It's like, no, incorporate that a little bit with something else. Find a way to make that your own. I feel like it's helpful to use what's out there in music to get you to a place of new creativity within what you're doing, but you just also have to be careful with it. And then what was the second part of the question?
The second part was, do you think it's gaining more respect and visibility now, Christian hip hop?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you see it more. I feel like the wave that happened through COVID was everybody took it to like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. So they're taking what they would do on a track and just putting it to a smaller video. That reaches a lot more people. Just in honesty, total honesty, it reaches a lot more people. I do feel like it's getting a lot more respect. You do hear athletes and entertainers express that they like certain Christian hip hop artists, certain things like that. So it's getting there. I do also believe that we have to be mindful, and this is whether you're up here at the top with a lot of notoriety or you're a local person that just a couple hundred people know. You always got to be mindful that people are watching you.
Yeah, absolutely
and
right.
That your life is tied to what it is you profess. And it's very important to guard that in so many words. Like you have to be mindful of that to strive to make sure that you are being set apart, and living a life that is pleasing to God while you're doing it. I think that's the one thing that, how do I put this for myself? Like, I'm not worried about what other people think of me, but I am always taking into account what God thinks of me and what I'm doing.
Right.
And I think that's the one thing that not necessarily scares me, but the fear of the Lord is there for me when it comes to that. Because I'm putting His name on certain things that I'm doing, saying as I'm giving it back to Him. And with me doing that, I don't never want that to be in a space where it can be damaging to anyone else in that walk. And then I be the person that's blamed for it because I was just negligent to do whatever I wanted to, because it might offer a couple coins, or it might offer opportunity, or it might offer some notoriety or popularity. Like, I'm constantly on guard about that. Constantly.
No, I get you. I feel that. Now, you're independent and self-producing.
Yep.
How do you handle the business side of music while staying true to your purpose?
Man, I am learning. I am learning.
Like
I'm
that.
I'm honestly trying to push myself to learn business of it more and make sure that we are doing what we got to do business wise and approaching things from a business standpoint. But it's a fine balance though, because it's like, how can you put an amount on God's work? Like it's a weird space to be in.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely doing a service, but you're doing it in the name of God at the end of the day. So I've moved in a way where I didn't really set per diems or like an amount to say, like, if somebody asks how much would it cost for you to come, like I was always nervous to be like, it's X, Y, Z for us to do a show, or this is the amount. Because I didn't want to, for one thing, I didn't want to shorthand what God would do for me. But then also too, I had to learn that some people just move by business. So you're shorthanding yourself by not doing that. So yeah, it's a constant learning for me. And the boys. As a matter of fact, me and Jamar was talking about that the other night about like actually like drawing up paperwork and contracts for us. Like we've been moving off just GP and Love for this whole time. And I honestly believe that Greg and Jamar would never cross me. But at the end of the day, you have to be responsible with a business. So we talking about getting LLCs for it and stuff like that, and making it legit for content purposes, for apparel purposes and things like that. And he kind of told me, he was like, brother, and Jamar's always said that to me. He's like, man, whenever I do something with someone else, like whenever it comes that time, he's like, I'm doing it through you. He's like, I'm gonna sign to you, so everything that happens with my success comes through you. And I'm just like, I always floored and like, man, that's love that you feel that way. But it's like, you have to practice a business in the business world. So my answer is, bro, continuously learning.
I'm going to tell you that a contract can preserve a friendship. Let me explain. The contract is going to keep everybody honest.
For sure.
And friendship and business, it's a very thin line, my brother. But having a good contract between friends, it'll preserve the relationship.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And I'm glad that you guys are looking at, we need to do this by the book. A lot of Christians, they misconstrued, the business and the Christianity. It's kind of fuzzy, right?
Yeah, it is.
But you gotta understand, you have to live. You have to provide for your family.
For sure.
And it's okay to ask for bread, and however you handle that, tithe or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's between you and God. But what I'm saying is, don't ever, and I say ever, be ashamed to ask for what you're worth, because I've learned that the hard way. We want to do the right things as good Christian boys. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you now, God gave you a talent and an ability, and you should be compensated for it. And that's my word right there.
I understand that now.
Yeah, because what you do does have a dollar sign on it. Don't get it twisted. It does. And I'm gonna say this little short story real quick. I have a friend of mine, a very wealthy brother. And I was thinking of increasing, because I do IT. I'm a computer repair guy.
Okay.
So I think at one time I was charging like $45 or $50, and I wanted to go up to like $75. But I was afraid of, losing customers and stuff like that.
Yeah. So
he goes, let me ask you, what's the difference between a Ford and a Mercedes? Well, they're both vehicles, but a Mercedes is worth more. He said, exactly. What are you worth? Ford value or Mercedes value? Of course, I feel like I'm Mercedes value. He said, and your customers will see you as that too. And God is my witness, bro. I probably had one or two that fell off, and they were cheapskates from the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, people will pay for good service, for good product. Why do you think all of those expensive Gucci bags and all that stuff get bought? It's because of the value. People want it. So if you walk around deeming yourself that kind of value, heck yeah, man. Even easier, get you a price list and laminate that bad boy. You give it to them. That's the price. They want to argue with the sheet. That's the price. And don't be afraid of people walking away, man, because it is what it is. God will open another door.
For sure.
Anyway, so that's what I've learned. So I'm passing it on to you. So I wanted to go ahead and play 100. This is the video that made me say, oh yeah, I'm sticking with these dudes. I love this song. Tell us about 100.
So 100 was, I wrote that in COVID. I want to say this was probably like a month after everything kind of shut down. It was to a different beat. It was originally to a Tone, it was to a Tone Jones beat. And that's when I realized that everybody liked Tone Jones beats. So I was like, I didn't really want to put that out because I don't want to duplicate nothing I had going on. And so I want to say I did like 4 or 5 songs that day that I did that. Matter of fact, I didn't write it. I just put the beat on, and I do a lot of punch in recording now. I really don't write a lot of stuff. I'll just get to the microphone, say what's on my heart. When I mess up, I stop, go back, and just keep punching in until I'm done with the verse. I feel as though that's my honest self, my most creative self is that way. So I've just been sticking with that formula probably since we did the freeze, to be honest. That's been a minute ago. So so I did that song, and I let Jamar hear. He was like, well, that's fire. And so it set from then till now. Couple years, it just kind of set as a thing. And so I began to start working on songs and stuff for my next album or whatnot. And I was like, oh, I still got that song. And I had that beat also just kind of chilling. And Jamar heard it one day. He was like, you need to put something to that. And I was like, okay. And one day I was just sitting here. I was like, let me see if I can just put that over that particular beat. And I just started rapping the song. I was like, all right, it works. It's a little different because I got so used to the Tone Jones beat. But I was like, I feel like this is definitely going to click with people because of the sample, number one. And then 2, like how I felt when I wrote that or whenever I recorded that, like those feelings is there, like because of what we were going through. I wasn't necessarily talking about COVID, but just the feeling of not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Like that produced a lot at that time with a couple songs that I recorded in. So that's how it came about, man, and recorded it. And then like I said, I think last time we was on the show, the video just came off a whim. Jermaine, one of the producers in the group, he had just got some video equipment. Like he got got a new camera and stuff like that, and he just wanted to test it out. And so we got together on a Sunday afternoon and shot that and Mellow in about 4 hours.
Nice.
Just zooming through the city of Durham, and just to see that's another surprising thing, to see how well it came out, knowing that we didn't really plan for it. Like I knew I wanted to ride around in the truck. That's all I knew. I was like, I want to ride around in the truck. And we kind of just found some places, and I was like, hey, let's go to Central too. And so we were just piecing it together as we went, and it turned out amazing. I really thank God for the opportunity and for the team, the guys that I rock with, for all of us just always being on one accord and not, get back to the business, not really worried about the money aspect or you owe me this or that. It's like, we just want to see this thing flourish, and love my boys, man.
There it is. So it's my man Sean Streater, and this is 100. Let's check it.
Yeah, Sean, man. Hey, look. I just take it one day at a time. Can't be focused on the shine, gotta focus my mind on staying humble through my grind. Investing my time, getting closer to God in His word till I'm flying over anything that tried to separate me from God. Man, I'm getting through that, thought you knew that. Anyone trying to crucify me, thank you, Judas. You only push me to my destiny, I'm never losing. Cruising all through the city on a sunny day. Hat low, black shades block the sun rays. Me and my ladies gon' have a good day. That's my wifey and baby girls, the angels in my face. That's why I thank God every day that I'm waking up. All these blessings I've been receiving, can I make that up? Hard times they may come, but I'm never giving up. My power come from within, I'm connected to life be going fast like the interstate. Like the interstate. Hey, with my dreams, I'm in a head-on collision. I won't swerve, I'ma keep it straight. Yeah, I'ma keep it straight. 100 if they do it, don't listen, cause God elevate my faith above any situation that I face, because life can be a struggle any given day. Just gotta believe there's a better day coming. Whatever you working toward, keep working for it. A dream's only a dream when there's no work involved. And put your heart and mind inside the hands of God, cause He will never let you fail when His plans evolve. Gotta remind myself daily that I got greatness on the inside of me. It's forthcoming like a prophecy, and knowing that God is a bridge over where troubled waters be raging, but He helped me get over without aborting these dreams that I got, visions that I see. Me and my brothers N.E.M.G like a symphony, moving together on stage, and we finna be on top of the world, giving glory up to G.O.D. I miss my brother, but yet holding on to family. I can do better as a brother and an uncle, but I'm praying that God touch my soul and change me to a better me. Praying for better life be days. Going fast like the interstate, like the interstate. And with my dreams, I'm in a head-on collision. I won't swerve, I'ma keep it straight. Yeah, I'ma keep it straight. 100 if they do it, don't listen, cause God elevate my faith above any situation that I face, because life can be a struggle any given day. Hey, just gotta believe there's a better day, because life be going fast like the interstate. Hey, like the interstate. Hey, with my dreams, I'm in the head-on collision. I won't swerve, I'ma keep it straight. Yeah, I'ma keep it straight. 100 if they do it, don't listen, cause God elevate my faith above any situation that I face, because life can be a struggle any given day. Hey, just gotta believe there's a better day. Hey, coming, what? Hey, seriously though, coming, man. You just gotta believe, man, it's a better day coming, yo. Stuff ain't always gonna be matched up the way you want it to be. But that's just the struggle of life. It's the reason we got prayer for it. We can't get through it on our own. Trust God, man. Love y'all.
Yes, indeed. That was 100. Man, I love that song, man. I'm gonna tell you.
In a minute, brother.
I have other, because a lot of North Kakalakans are a part of Blast, and anytime I pair their video with that song, man, it's just kind of like the check mark of approval, man. They're like, yeah, they got so much love for their own, the state and the city of Durham and so on. So, shout out to my North Kakalaki people. Love y'all.
NC, baby.
I was actually there in July. I hate that I didn't get to meet you guys. I was in Raleigh.
Okay.
Was that right? No, I lied. Greensboro. I was in Greensboro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We did a Blast event. That was our first getting a meet and greet, because like D-Ray, he's one of the producers here. We never met face to face, and we've been working together for about 3+ years. Wow. That was the first time we got to meet. Yeah. Carla, who does a podcast with us, she is, I can't remember that city, but yeah, we worked together for about 1.5 years. Sunshine about 1.5 years. All North Carolina. Yeah.
It's crazy how like friendships can be created and things can move with technology nowadays. Like I'm a gamer, and so there's guys that like I know and I've been cool with now on the game for like 4 or 5 years. Some of them I've never met before, but I can tell you everything about them. And one of them had to check me one day, but like they were saying something about how we were friends. I was like, nah, y'all are associates, man. Y'all on the game. He was like, no, bro. Like when you really think about how many times we talk throughout the week, the things
how much hours we
lives, right?
Word.
Things that happen in our lives that we've counseled each other on and stuff like that. It's like, like you're friends, and I'm like, this is just different way of life with the internet.
Let me tell you, we have a podcast that's called Power Ups International. My girl Dizzy, she makes part of the international because she's in Canada, and then we have another kid that's in the UK. But Dizzy and I knew each other since Xbox, not even one Xbox, period. The first one.
The box.
And the box, the Betamax box, yeah. So and there was another guy that I also knew longer than her that we knew each other, and we formed a podcast at one time that was called the Glass House Podcast, and we talk about video games and nerd stuff, and Power Ups does that now. And a lot of crazy goofiness that goes on that show, but Dizzy is my girl, man. Just like you'll have stories of you remember when and such, and you just laugh over the goofiness that went down. So it's beyond just gaming. It's a lifestyle, man. It's just like it's here. It's in there. So power to the gamers for sure. So let me ask you this. If your latest project was a movie, what would it be called and what story would it tell?
Latest project. So I guess we would be talking about one that released, correct?
Sure, we could go there.
All right. So the last project that was released was The Vision with the crew. What would be the movie title for it? That is a very good question.
Need to come back to that.
I kind of have the concept of what it is. I'm just trying to figure out a name for what I see. I guess, and for me, I want something super dope. But
of course,
all right, let's go this way. We North Carolina. I'm a North Carolina boy. The movie will be called The Pace Car.
The Pace Car?
Yeah, The Pace Car. Let's
okay.
Right. Of course, if people don't know NASCAR, before the race starts, the pace car is in front of the racers. They circle the track. When they get to the start line, they get off of the track so they can race. I would say that because we've released projects, but this was the first project with me, Greg, and Jamar being on it. This was also the first project of all of us being together that everything was originally made. And so I would say the pace car because I was trying to think of something like this is the start of where we are. We've had a lot of starts, but like this was the vision was like it was the start of like where we are. And the pace car is just it takes a while for it to get around. The anticipation is there, but once it's around to the start line, it's time to go. And that's how I feel like we are now, is that after the vision, then we started to like really focus in on shooting videos and content for what we did. And for what we're doing. Like we really got focused in on taking a music trip. Like we started doing a group trip to, Airbnb or whatnot, or Verbo, and spending 2-3 days of just kicking it, fellowship, and working on music. Like that's stuff that we never did like that before. So I feel like that project really paced us into getting going. And yeah, the pace car.
That's dope. To me, that's dope because I'm on the outside looking in, and for you to break it down like that, that's dope, bro. As a producer, what kind of sound or genre experience would you love to try next?
I've been wanting to put my hand in Afro beats, man. Like I absolutely love that. I mean, and don't get me wrong, there's so many different names and versions of what they do. Like, I'm not
Right.
really hip to all of them, but just that sound, I absolutely love it. And the main reason I love it because they are chord heavy, and they are feel good chord heavy.
Yes, sir.
And then, of course, you got the drums. That's our native tongue. Like when you start hearing congos, bongos, and stuff get to going, and those rhythms, like that touches the core of us that's been there. It's in our DNA. So
yeah,
like it's some really feel good music. And like I'm the type of producer where like when I started, I absolutely loved Jeezy and Wayne and T.I. So everything that I made was sounding like Toomp and who else was making South Beats? Shawty Red, and like because that was their producer said.
Right.
At the time, like I was focused in on like I'm gonna perfect this. But like my favorite producer of all time is Timbaland and Pharrell. Like they share the stage. So I would blend that South with Timbaland and Pharrell. So a lot of my stuff would be real chord heavy, real happy, but it would have Southern draw to it where you would have 808s and trill hi-hat. So like that was my blend. It was like you can rap on this or you can get melodic with it.
Right.
I was like my niche. And so yeah, but Afro beats is like that type of genre. It blends that. And I'm going to get into it very soon. I've tried my hand. It hasn't been the greatest though.
Let me have this take for you. You know the Afrobeats artist Teams, right?
Yeah.
All right. Could you say Teams is the Sade of Afrobeats?
Yeah. Because if there is another artist that's popular and kind of went worldwide renowned, I'm not familiar with them, but she's the one that we're familiar with.
Her music is so dope to me, bro. Golly.
And she put on shows too. Like people love
just
to see her.
Her voice is so unique. So when she sings and then that Afrobeat is thumping like it's thumping, it's just like, yo! Exactly. Shout out to Teams. Oh man, no doubt.
Them chords, bro. Them chords pull you in. Them chords pull you in. Whatever's going on.
So let's go back to gospel hip hop. Where do you see gospel hip hop in the next 5 years, and what role do you hope to play into that movement?
Next 5 years. That's interesting because I feel like a lot of the way that we receive media is moving away from linear. So we don't really watch TV like that. We stream. And then as far as like music, we don't really listen to the radio like that. We stream. Yeah. So a part of me wants to say that you would hear it more on the radio type of thing, but I feel as though within the internet space and streaming, your timeline is going to be a lot more inundated with videos, dances, viral movements of Christ. I feel like that's going to happen. And then also too, I hope that you get a stronger wave of like live performances or festivals concentrated around this. However that may be, but like more of them on a larger scale,
right?
And more catered to the hip hop side of things, just not gospel music, but like really catered to it. In a sense, the part I play in it is honestly just being me, being consistent, and getting the sound and the ideas that God has given me out to the world, so people can hear it. I feel as though that I really can't say that I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but I feel like I would probably have more opportunities, and we as a group would have more opportunities if our consistency would line up with the visions and dreams that we have.
Yeah.
And I mean, one of the things that we realized is we've been making great music since we started. One of the things that we lacked was promotion. And so every project that we've done, we've added what we messed up. Like I did my very first project, The Wheel, and like only people in our church and those that I knew about it. I ain't have nothing online or nothing like that. And so then my next project that I did was Kick Flows. I was like, okay, bet. Let me put this out more. And so I did a promotional run for one of the singles, and so that did some traction on Facebook and stuff like that. But then we realized that was doing good while it was going at the beginning, but we didn't carry any promotion afterwards. And then we didn't have any visuals, so it kind of died off. And then we did the freeze, and the freeze was like, people really loved it. Traction was going. We did a promotional run again. We kind of followed suit after the fact, but we didn't keep up with it. And so that puts us to where we are now. It's like we need visuals, and that's one thing we just focused on, is getting visuals so people can put a face to what it is that's going on. So like my part and our part is to be more consistent about the things that God has given us. Do it, complete it, and get it to the people. I feel if we do that, who we are is going to make an impact and a change in what's going on.
For sure. When people look back at your career from now, what do you hope that they say about Sean Streater, the man in the music?
That the music I made and how I went about sharing that with people. One, they would say I didn't care to try to make it what other people deem as cool. He stuck to his guns.
Yeah.
And he did whatever he felt on his heart at the time and made him feel good. That's what he tried to share with you. That's what I hope people would say, that is that the things that I've done creatively through music, I was 100 about the things that I was doing. And solely put, it was to bring people into my world, and so you can get the feelings that I feel whenever I hear certain things. Also that I'm someone that's great to work with, regardless. That's whether I'm with you, if I'm recording you, if I'm making a beat for you, that I was a fair person. I was an honest person. And I was real about everything that I was doing. I think, yeah, that would be what I hope people would say about me.
I respect that. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to play the newest song that you created, Elevate.
Yeah.
And we'll talk when we get back about those, the video production and all that other good stuff. So
cool.
Let's go ahead and check out Elevate right here with my man Sean Streater. Let's check it out.
Yeah. Sean, man, N.E.M.G. What's good to my brothers? This one of my faves. I caught the vibe like DK. This take me back to white tees, to bows with the prepaid. Yeah, and when I catch the flow, it's no delay. No scratch, I flip a track like a DJ. Yeah, I'm bombing on this like CJ. N.E.M.G. on the track, press replay. Holy Spirit in the mix when I spit, taking off the devil head like Sean Taylor playing free say. Tee up the track, I'm back with a vengeance. My flow clean, I got it from repentance. Your flow sheen, you got it off clearance. Please don't be mad cause I spaz when I spit these bars and still put Jesus in my sentence. So unashamed how I skate on that track like figure skaters and hockey pucks. I'm leveled up like Mario with a star, about the messes level up. What? Let me get back to the reason that I'm here, to encourage anybody that's battling with fear. The unknown of unknowns. That's why you gotta trust God with your situations, like David with one stone. Call him up on the main line, no touch tone. Prayer like bench press, get that weight off your chest, Holmes. And stop that Expedia, tripping off of everything the enemy is feeding you. Yeah, stop watching all that media. Surround yourself with the ecclesia. Big facts, stop letting the devil mislead you with the riffraff. Had to take me a second just to sit back, working out my faith through life with no six-pack. Cause I remember my days living low, no car to roll, dinner SpaghettiOs. With no job for income. Remember being on the floor of my apartment, praying, crying out to God for me to get one. Right after I said amen, he sent one. And some things you don't forget. That moment brought me closer to God through baby steps. I started learning. Walk by faith before you start running. And know the enemy won't stop gunning to stop your dreams, your destiny. That's why I gotta go and read. So I believe every promise, declaration, and prophecy. And know what God got for me is just for me. Believe.
Shout out to my boy Jamal. And they're playing some 2K.
Jamal in the building, yes sir.
So you had a whole full squad in there. What's going on?
So that was from our music trip that we took this year. We went to Lake Norman.
Okay.
Decided to switch it up. Last year we went to Charlotte. We had a house right on the outskirts of downtown Charlotte 2 years ago, excuse me. And so this year I was like, we usually go in the springtime. I'm a fisherman too. I'm an avid fisherman. So I was like, man, let's try to get a lake house so I can do some fishing and relax and all that stuff. And yeah, man, we was at the lake house. As far as the crew is concerned, a couple of new faces in the shot. So you had me and Jamar playing the game. Greg was behind us with the braids. That's the group. And then Sky High Fresh's Jermaine. He had the white hat on. He's a producer. Jonathan with the green shirt on. He's a producer. Then the new faces would be Gabe. He was to my left sometimes on the backside with the white shirt on. He is like our videographer now. Okay. You know, he's a cousin. I want to say he is Jermaine's cousin. He's a Jermaine or Jonathan's cousin. I done forgot. My apologies when y'all see this. But he's always been cool with this over the years. Like he's been rocking with us since we dropped the freeze. And you know, he's from a distance has always encouraged us, giving us you know, certain ideas and stuff to look for, things he would see from that nature. But then in recent time he was like, you know, if y'all need anything, just let me know. You know, I shoot videos, da da da. And I'm like, cool. And you know, as time went on, I'm like, I need to invite him in. Like, he's a believer. Great qualities about himself, and the ideas that we talk about are amazing. So I was like, man, come through. And so like what he did on that trip was he recorded everything we had going on. And so we're gonna have like a mini vlog, in a sense, vlog series to come out of our travel down, the days while we were there. He did all behind the scenes of the videos we shot. So like we shot 100 there. So he got behind the scenes of that. We shot another video of mine. I Love This, a single, a song that I'll be dropping more towards the fall or early next year. I shot it at my mom's crib. Like he got behind the scenes footage of that. Behind the scenes footage of me going to see like my aunties and grandparents and stuff like that. Like, because we're so close to my hometown, Kannapolis, and stuff like that, it was a lot of stuff that we did. And so he's putting all that together like a mini vlog, so you can kind of see, you know, how the scene was that weekend. He also did some interviews of everybody that would drop soon too. So like he's been a great asset, like great asset. And then my brother-in-law was to my left, light skin with the glass. His name is CJ. And so me and him, we started a fishing business. It's been 3 years ago now. And
nice.
This was that trip, because I did it at the lake house. I was like, it's kind of an opportunity for us to do what we're doing. Like, I'm coming down here to do stuff with the group, but we're on the lake. So me and you can work on business affairs too. And he is also a photographer. And so he assisted in taking pictures while we were there, while we were out doing the videos, taking pictures and backdrop beat scenes and stuff like that. He just hit the ground running. Like, I wasn't expecting him to do some of the stuff he was doing. But that's my brother though. So he was looking out. So that's the crew, man.
All right. That was dope. All righty, man. Before we wrap this up, what's something about you that fans may be surprised to learn? Maybe a hobby, a hidden talent, or a guilty pleasure?
I mean, if people follow along long enough, they're gonna know this, but I'm an avid fisherman. I absolutely love to fish. I mean, my brother started a business called Everyday Fisherman, Everyday Faith. You know, we supposed to be doing YouTube videos and stuff like that, but with the family, we don't get to get out to shoot the videos. Like, we don't get to fish enough to shoot videos, which is crazy. But you know, that's gonna change. But yeah, man, I absolutely love fishing. That's something that people probably wouldn't know if they see me, but you come around me long enough, you'll realize something that I love. I would have to say that's it. That'd be the one. Yeah, that'd be the one.
Okay. You caught me off guard with the gamer aspect, because I didn't know you guys game, but nevertheless,
fishing. I guess you can put that too. I absolutely love gaming, man. I feel as though I've always told my wife, she don't know, she did not like it at first.
Oh, of course not.
Could not stand it. She has an understanding though now, because she realized it's like an outlet for me. But I told her a long time ago, I was like, I'm gonna be 80 years old like this.
Dang right.
Today don't work no more.
Close the cassette like this, because your hands
for sure.
No doubt. Yeah. What advice would you give to the young artist who wants to use their gifts to glorify God but feels pressure to fit in the industry?
Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. I struggled the longest trying to fit in boxes. I struggled. This is even before I got my life right with God. Like, I struggled just with my friend group whenever I did music, how I wanted to do music, because I was worried about what other people thought of me, and I was afraid of them not really receiving my creativity. Yeah. I really realized, and I realized quick, that I'm gonna see things how I see it, because that's how God has designed me to see it. And so that's how you should live life. Like, know that you're created and wired a certain way. Now, the negativity parts of those, you got to make sure that you weed out and see, like, if there's anything negative that I'm doing or non-positive, however you want to see it, those might be influences from something else. And those are the things that I'm not saying that you should just go gung-ho for it. Like, no, but the positive things of life, your thought process, how you perceive things, like, you're unique. And so if you're desiring to do music and wanting to get into a space of writing, singing, rapping, instrumentation, or if it's something else, writing a book, designing clothes, whatever it may be yourself. Like, you have to be yourself. Like, there are people in this world designed to hear you say, or to receive your product, or to hear your music, so they can get to where they need to be. If you don't do you, they cannot get there. That's the way I see it. And so I carry myself that way now. In totality, like, I'm doing this song, and whether it's one person that rocks with it, that one person is gonna get where they need to be, because I was obedient to make this particular song, or make this beat the way that I did.
No doubt. Bam. Indeed. And I'm gonna be putting up your QR code, everybody. This is to his YouTube channel. So go ahead and break out your iPhone and your Samsung and scan it, and it's gonna bring you right to his YouTube channel. Where else can they find you at?
So the crew is on we just started this YouTube page, and then on Instagram is where we're most active at now. You can find us at anywhere. It'll be What Up N.E.M.G. So that's gonna be the name of the YouTube channel, as well as our handle on Instagram. We got a Facebook page, band page, but my account with that Facebook page got hacked, and so I had to let it go, and so I no longer have a way of getting back to it. So I wouldn't suggest Facebook at this present point. But that's that for social media. And then if you're looking to hear the music, our entire catalog is on Bandcamp, and that's www.bandcamp. Is it /N.E.M.G.com? Let me hold on. Let me do this because I ain't said this in a minute. All right, yeah. So / There we go. All right, so bet is that I'm correct. Correction on this. It's N.E.M.G.bandcamp.com. Our entire catalog is on there. The one thing that's missing is my very first project, and I realized the other day that I never did take it and make it digital to put it somewhere. It's on a CD, and I thought I had the CD the other day. I went through my CD files and I could not find it because I want to get it online. And so I'm trying to get with people that may have it to try to find it. I'm gonna find it at some point in time. I know it'll pop up. But everything that we've done outside of my very first project is on Bandcamp. And you can kind of just start from the bottom of the page and just work your way up. You can follow how we've grown and what we've done all the way up to the vision, man. And then lastly is that you can find the vision, which is the latest project that we've done, and it's the only one that's on all streaming sites. And that's The Vision with N.E.M.G. So if you go to Spotify, I think Spotify sent me something talking about there was something going on. So I think we're in a little dispute about that. But everywhere else, if you type in The Vision N.E.M.G., it'll come up.
How you feel about Facebook's how I feel about Spotify, but I digress. Well, man, thank you so much for spending some time. I really enjoy your stories that you shared, man. Thank you for letting me in your world a little bit and letting our audience check you out.
For sure.
And hey, I look forward to actually talking to Jamal, and I'll probably get Greg in here because I don't think I interviewed him personally on my other. This is season 2 actually, so I don't think I did it in the first season. So I'll probably have a talk with him.
Okay.
And see what's going on. But anyway, thank you everyone for hanging out with us. No matter what you do, please be safe. And you know what? I had to bring up my saying, and of course, I wasn't ready. That's how it goes. It is, if it ain't here, it ain't here. Oh, here we go. I always like to leave with something inspirational, and this is something for this show that I choose to keep. For the strong, the strange, and the soul-fed, being different isn't the end, it's the engine. Break the mold, build what only you can imagine. There it is. I love y'all. Y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all next week.
Appreciate it, man. See y'all.